Welcome to Daily Dose of Grown Up Shit. This is
Anna.
Today we're just going to talk about grown up shit. Haven't done this segment before, so it's the first time we're doing this. So if you're not here to hear some real shit, see you later.
I guess a highlight about me. Highlight? It's not really a highlight. Intro. So I'm Canadian born. My family is from El Salvador, Central America. And yeah, when I was younger, I was the youngest in my family. One house with 3 cousins, 2 aunts, grandparents, my mother, and my 2 eldest sisters.
And then one bathroom.
And yeah, we had one. No, we had 2. Thank God.
Oh my God, privilege!
I think one had a bathtub. One was a full washroom. The other was just like, what is that? A powder room? Yeah.
Powder room.
Powder room. I don't even
Powder
think that's
room.
what you would. I didn't even know that's what
Powder
it was
room.
called. A powder room. Yeah.
That was
Thank
grown
God
up.
we had that. Yeah, it was interesting being the youngest. I feel like my family and my cousins, they made it fun for me.
Always.
Yeah, which was nice. I think that's one thing for sure. Like, all my life, I didn't feel like there's family shit happen. No, that's a lie. I knew
Come on.
I knew family shit was happening.
Listen,
family shit was
we
happening.
all knew. We just talked about it within each other, like especially
Yeah.
when your cousins and stuff. You
Yeah.
always talked about it within each other.
Yeah, exactly. So there's definitely lots of family stuff, but it didn't feel so intense for me being the youngest. They try to make things fun for me. But I would say that it was kind of hard. Like, if I think back to it now as an adult, no one checked in on how I was really feeling.
I didn't check on any of the kids. That was like me when I grew up. Same thing. I didn't. The parents were like, okay, we're going to do our thing. See you later. And then I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with cousin A
Yeah.
and cousin B. I'll see you at dinner.
Yeah.
And then we'd get home.
Yeah.
But nobody knew where anybody was. But we also knew where everybody was because we had to be home for dinner. And if no one knew where you were, wapow. Wapow, because it's like, if you don't tell nobody where you're going, how are we supposed to know where you are? But it's kind of like, you're my parent.
Yeah.
You should know where I am. You should know what I'm doing every second of the day.
Yeah.
So how do you not know where I am right now? It makes no sense. So, but growing up with a big family, it's a little hard.
Big family, immigrant family,
Mm,
one house. Like, it felt fun at times for me, and then other times when I really think back to it, I'm like, yeah, like,
that's what it was.
that's what it was.
And as like in your family, you were told to like not say anything and sit there quietly. When you grow up, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship with someone or a friendship with someone, and you don't tell them how you feel about something, they're gonna be like, why aren't you speaking? And you'd be like, well, that's not how I was raised. It's like, well, fucking snap out of it
Yeah.
because you're a grown adult.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to get out of it though.
I think that's why, like, even now, like, in the last year, 2 years, I would say, I try my best to have the conversations with, whether it's a friend or, like, in a relationship or whomever, like, hey, this doesn't feel great, or this is great. Like, I try to express my feelings because when I was younger, I was quiet. Then I went into my teens and I was just angry.
Girl.
Or like, and I wanted things to feel good, but I was just so angry, and all that came out of me was like I was upset or something. And now I'm at a place where I'm like, I want to be able to express myself if I am upset or if I'm not, but like have those conversations. But I have to push myself to have those conversations. They're not
Yeah.
always easy. And it's
And
because when I was younger, I was quiet.
Correct. And then you have to overthink it. Like, do I have this conversation with them? Do I want to have this
it worth
conversation?
it?
Oh, is it worth it? Oh,
Yeah.
what if I have this conversation? It might lead to something else. Oh,
my
I don't
God.
want it to lead to something else.
And you know what's, and it's something I'm trying to, like, 2 people actually in my life said this recently. They're like, stop saying sorry for, because I would say, I'm so sorry that I just went on a rant. Or I'm so sorry that I don't know how to
I do that
describe this
too.
feeling.
I
And
do it
2
too.
friends were like, stop saying sorry. Like, you're trying to express what you're feeling.
I do it too.
And I'm listening.
I literally did it the other day, and I was like, oh, hello, Mike. I did it the other day, and then I was like, my friend was like, why are you saying sorry? Like, you're talking about how you feel. I'm like, I know, I just didn't want to bother you with it. And she's like, that's what friends do.
Yeah,
They
just
hear
listening.
each other out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you need to rant in a text message, or if it's like 2 in the afternoon and you want to call me and whatever. So I think that's kind of, especially the sorry part, you always like, oh, should I do? And then you overthink what you say or you're going to say.
Yeah.
So you go, if I say, hey Anna, the way you closed my car door the other day really hurt my feelings. And then you're like, but what if she turns around and goes, your car's stupid, I don't care about you or your feelings? And it always goes to the worst thing that you can think of. And then you're like, maybe it's not. And then you're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Just
but then
forget
we
it.
didn't even give them the chance to be that or not.
Yeah, you didn't let the person decide what they want it to be.
Yeah.
So you're just like, no.
And usually, for the most part, they're not the thing that we've created in our mind.
No, definitely not. Especially when you overthink a lot.
Yeah.
Hell,
man.
no, I can't.
And I think that's why, like, when I think back to, like, yeah, it was fun being the youngest because everyone would play with me or whatever. My mom was working a lot, so I didn't always see my mom. I spent a lot of time with my sisters, my cousins.
Me too.
And
my grandparents, I spent a lot of time with
my grandparents. But again, like, I was only allowed to play with, like, 1 or 2 friends on the street. I wasn't allowed to, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean, sleepovers, nothing, which I didn't necessarily feel like I missed out. But I think just really it went back to, like, not being able to speak about my feelings. It's if I really care and I'm upset, like, I really care about you and our friendship, you'll know that I'm upset. Like, I'll tell you. I tried to not be what I used to be, which was like, this is what I'm fucking mad at, okay? Like, just like fully, like, out there.
Let me just fucking tell you what you did wrong.
What the fuck you did, okay? No, we're not there anymore. I'm grown. Okay, I just tell you that that really hurt me. Or this really
don't fucking say that shit to me.
Me off. But if I don't care, that's
you
when
will
I don't
know.
say no. I don't say nothing.
Yeah,
yeah.
You won't know because you don't say nothing.
I don't care because I don't care now. I'm like, oh, I don't care about you. So why am I gonna give you that? Like, no, I don't need to explain anything.
Yeah, literally, it's like, why am I wasting my energy? Like, for what reason am I wasting the energy?
I went the opposite direction, like which I don't mind that because I think some people they don't deserve to have that conversation. Like,
it's not worth your time.
You,
it's not
like,
worth your time.
It's like, what's the point?
No, it's not. It's genuinely not worth your time or energy to waste it. Because then if you care about someone, you're constantly like trying to make it right or try to talk to them or whatever. Yeah. But then if you don't care, you don't even bother. You don't even check on them. You don't do nothing. You're like, to me, I've checked out. Yeah. It's done.
No, it's done.
I don't even care about it.
Like, you should know already why I'm upset.
Yep.
And honestly, like, I still, like, I wouldn't say there are times that I'll still say it very respectfully. But if I feel like someone's being disrespectful, I let it be known.
Oh, definitely. You have to.
Yeah.
Definitely you have to.
But I think around that time when I met you, that's when all of that started changing in my life, where it's like picking and choosing. Like, is this worth it?
Yeah, is this not worth it?
Is it worth my energy to get mad? Like, maybe not, right?
Yeah.
Or act on my feeling, right? Before that, I would say it was like waves in my life.
I think it still is gonna be no matter what, because there's gonna be something that will really make you mad and you really want to lash out, and then you just be like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Or then you just blow up and then you be like, I shouldn't blow up that way.
Yeah.
And it comes to the sorry thing. You'd be like, sorry I blew up on you. Yeah. This and this. I'm just going through this and this and you made me feel this and this. But again, it shouldn't be like you should be sorry. You should be like, hey, I didn't mean to blow up on you like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is how I was feeling and I had to tell
like,
you.
Still, like,
don't say sorry, but say, like, I know what I did was wrong.
Yeah, it's the way I reacted that might have not been great, but my feelings are still valid.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a right to be whatever. And then, again, with the whole overacting thing, which was when we were younger, we were taught that. It's like, no, I'm not overreacting, because at the end of the day, if I am reacting that way, it's something you said really upset me for me to be this way that I am, when this side of me literally never comes out.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's only happened to me a few times, and it happened to me literally during COVID with people that I no longer talk to, and I literally, like, blew up. When I say I blew up, I mean I, like, blew up. I was like, fuck this, fuck you, I'm done, see you later. And like you said, the whole, if I don't care, I'm not gonna bother. When I tell you, cut off, but I was upset still. Like, so I did my whole, I was upset, I cried or whatever, because I was like, okay, you know what? It's a people that were in my life and that were important to me at one point, and now they're not, within like literally seconds, are nothing to me. Because you told yourself they are nothing to you. So it's like, I have a reason to be this way, you know. So when I when I said I'm done, I was literally done. With the
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A after, have some Chick-fil-A,
Like,
I call it a day.
Chick-fil-A, and I was like,
and I was like, I'm
on
done.
to the
Even-
next.
On to the next. It's like it's keep what you and especially when you get older, it's like I don't have the energy.
Yeah, that's it. 100%.
I don't have. Listen, all these people that I know, I've known from high school when I was younger. Like I've known you since I was like what 20. I want to say 5. No, 26.
Mm-hmm.
31 now.
31, yeah.
I think I'm maybe less than that. When did I know you?
I think it's a little less than that. Yeah.
A little
yeah.
less than that. But I literally was like, no, I had blonde hair. That was I was 25.
You had blonde hair.
Yeah, I remember I had blonde hair when
Oh,
I met you. Yeah, that was a
forgot.
long time ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I've known you for a long time, and it's like whatever. But like, I have best friends that I'll literally be best friends with forever. Like, I have a best friend in Australia. I have 2 best friends in Australia. Well, 3, but one of them again, she just kind of stopped talking, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. Every time, why should it have to be one way? And the other friend, she's going through things, so I know, and I know what type of person she. I always message her like, hey, like, are you good? She goes, yeah, thank you so much for reaching out.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm being this and this. When are you coming back? Like, talk to us,
Yeah.
whatever. But my other best friend, which is my first best friend ever, like when I stepped foot in Australia, the next day I met her at this family thing, and then the next day she was in my school. I was like, you the girl with the ugly shoes. And then she was like,
Hey.
oh, you call my shoes ugly? I'm like, yeah, because they are ugly. I literally was like,
And now she's your friend forever?
she's my best friend forever.
so
I literally, that's the
funny.
one with the baby.
Aww.
So like I literally talk to her every week, and then I talk to her kid all the time. I've literally talked to that kid since I was in the womb. So she's out now, and then I talk to her. I'm like, Mila, you're ignoring me. She's like, no. And she'll like walk away, and I'll be
like
like,
that name,
Mila, what are you doing? And she's like, I just working. I just doing things. I'm like, okay, cool. And then if I don't call for a long time, I'm like, Mila, I'm sorry I didn't call you. She'd be like,
Aww.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I was busy. Like I was working on obviously time difference, and then after like 5 minutes, she's like, look what I have. And she showed me her toys. But like yesterday, I called her. I was like, say like, how you doing? Because like she was whispering. I'm like, I'm assuming the child is asleep. She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And she's like, what's up? And I literally was like trying to contain myself, the fact that I'm going to Australia next year. I was like, I can't hold it in. I'm supposed to surprise you,
Aww.
but I might come to Australia next year. She's like, oh my god, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So me and her could literally went from. I feel like her having a kid made us even closer, because we could literally go years without talking. But I knew she was still my best friend.
Yeah.
Because if I messaged her, she would pick up the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doesn't matter where we are or not. She would literally say, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know, so since she was there for like 23 years of my life, she's always going to be there. So that's one friend that I was like, okay, if anything happened, we'll definitely keep that friendship.
Yeah.
But like, some people are worth the energy, some people are not. And
It's so interesting because I have like I have 4 really good, like I'll call them like family, from high school. And same idea, like some of them I'm like, we don't see each other often at all, like maybe once a year.
it gets harder
maybe.
too.
It gets harder.
harder.
We really try, but we at least message each other and stuff. And
Yep.
and same idea, like we know
We're always there for
that,
each other.
yeah, like if something crazy and outrageous happened, okay, I'm dropping everything, I'm gonna go find you.
Yep.
Like we know that for a
Yep.
fact. But then I even think like when we were talking about like friendships and relationships and stuff like that, like I had one friend growing up on the same shoes, my one friend that I was allowed to play with, and we did everything together, right? We like literally lived next door to each other. And it was one of those things like, you know, you want that friendship that you grew up like as a kid that is going to last forever.
Yep.
Right? And then I think at one point we stopped talking because we went to different schools, but then we reconnected again.
Yep.
And
It's
when
like
we
nothing
reconnected,
changed.
it was like nothing changed.
Yep.
And I was like, this is great. Like, we still like the same things. We're still very different. Like, she's more outgoing. I'm not. Or I would
But
say
it's
I
not
have to be.
But it's not a bad thing
No, no, no.
either.
It was
sometimes,
great.
sometimes it meshes well together.
It's great,
It's
right?
a balance.
The problem that occurred, and it did hurt, but I was like, yeah, as you get older, you have to pick and choose. Like, is this person going to actually stay in my life? Am I just keeping them because of the nostalgia?
Yeah.
Right?
Or if they're meant to be here.
Yeah. She would say bad stuff about my family. Like, bad stuff behind my family's back, bad stuff behind my back, bad stuff, like, and it was to the point where, like, at other family members that came to me and they're like, you need to talk to her. And again, going back to like, I hate these conversations. I don't want to have to fucking tell someone like, this is disrespectful. Like, you should just know.
There's so much effort to have to do that behind someone's back.
Yeah, and so ideally, if it was someone I didn't know for that long, I probably would have just cut it off and not said anything. Like, I would just be like, you know what, no effort.
No, yeah.
But because my entire family was like, you need to talk to her.
Yeah, then you had to say something.
I had to cut that friendship off.
Yeah.
And it sucked. When it first happened, I was like, this sucks. Like, but then I'm like, you know what? It felt so much better after.
Yeah.
Like, I should have got Chick-fil-A after.
Girl.
I should have.
Like, don't get me wrong, my friends and I, like, we always shit talk about our family all the time because we're frustrated. And then we would say stuff as well, but not behind their back. We would say to her.
Like, to
like,
each, that's
like your
different,
mom's
right?
crazy. Yeah, my mom is fucking crazy.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I wouldn't voluntarily. That's just too much effort.
No.
That's not working
like,
out.
To the point where, like, some, like, people that I don't even know would be like, oh, yeah, I heard this about this. And I'm like, why do you know that?
How many people do know this
do you
information?
know
Like,
that?
what?
You don't need to know that shit.
That's insane. No, people are like, that's not worth it.
That's
I'm like,
wild.
it's, you know what? Like I said, when you get older, everything just gets harder to do, and you cut out, like you said, you want to keep things closer to each other, do what, like keep that person together, and try not to do any conflicts. But again, once you get older, you lose that patience because you're like, you know what? I don't have time for this.
I don't have time. Yeah.
I don't have the energy for this. I don't have the time
I
for this.
have time for the good stuff. I don't
Yeah,
want
like
all this
I want to
other...
enjoy. Like I want to have my two best friends here. Like I literally, we've gone through our friendships. We've stopped being friends. We've stopped being friends again. You know what I mean. And we've gotten to that point now that we're all in our 30s, and I'm like, I don't have the energy to cut people off, but I'm like, stop fucking.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we need to either communicate better with each other,
Yes. Yeah.
because at this point we're like sisters. So like we're acting like sisters, but it's also kind of like, no, we're still friends. Like, you need to express what you're feeling. I'm not in your household. We are not that. We're sisters in our own way, but what you do with your family is different to what I do with my family, what you do with your family.
Yeah.
So if no one's communicating with each other, then it's going to be a big bulk, and then we're going to be mad at each other, and they'll be like, okay, what the fuck is your problem? And it's going to blow up, and then who's got time to be like, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. You're like 31 years old, you have two friends, and you're going to be like, I don't have friends anymore, you know what I mean? So like, it's better to communicate.
That's what it comes down to, like, I think even if you're in your 20s, but definitely once you hit 30, 40 and whatnot, like, whoever is your friend, like, you might not... Yeah, they're there, and you might butt heads, but at least... both
Talk
people
it out.
need to be communicative about it. Like, whatever. You
Because
know what I mean?
it's gonna be like, I'm not gonna stop being friends with you. So just fucking tell me what the fuck is wrong with you.
What's happening? Okay,
like, what is wrong with you? Unless you do something super fucked up for me to be in this age and be like, I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore. Because in our 20s, it was kind of like, you talk to me badly, I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore. You know what I mean? Like, cut that person off. Why'd you stop being friends? Because they talked to me really badly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Have that conversation.
Like, you couldn't just tell them, hey, you talked to me really badly, like, speak to me properly.
Yeah.
But like, right now, like I said, we're just like too old for that shit. We're like, listen, I don't have time for this. Just tell me what the fuck is you're feeling, and then we kind of go from there because I don't have time. We move on. That's it. So talk, communicate.
So those are my lessons that I'm passing on to Rain, my daughter.
Yep. My daughter's adorable as shit.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Just like, I want her to learn like, what are you feeling? Express it. And use your words.
Like, oh my God, use
none
your
of this
words.
just like... and I mean, she's really little, so like, she is allowed to do that. But it's like, I need to teach her as she gets older. Like,
I used to do at the Montessori that I used to work at. I used to do the same thing. They'll be like, yeah, and I'll be like, can you please use your words? I'm like, I need you to stop crying and use your words. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying to me.
Yes.
And they're like, hey, and I'm like, okay, are you done crying? Because I feel like you can't express how you feel while you're crying. And they'll be like, and I know, take a deep breath, and they'll be like, I wanted this toy, but this person will give it. I'm like, okay, go over. I'm like, can she please have this toy? But I'm playing. I'm like, okay, you get 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
And it's her turn. You've had it for long enough. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, especially when they're kids, they're like, it's the end of the world. If someone doesn't give them something, it's the end of the world. It is the end. Even when we went out with Rain the other day, like, we was doing something. What was she crying over? Because she wanted something. You were picking her up or something, and she wanted to cry. She wouldn't go down or something. She's crying over something, and then we're like, well, you don't have to cry anymore. She was like, and she like, stopped. She was like, okay.
Yeah.
You don't want me to cry? No problem.
Yeah.
I don't cry. Thank
and
you.
she understands, and that's the thing, like, thankfully, like, because I've started, well, even from when she was little, like, conversation. But, like, you either describe to me what's wrong, and we work through it, or you don't, and I don't know how to help you.
Yep.
And when I tell her, like, I want to help you, but if you don't tell me, then I can't.
Yeah, it was when she was in the car.
Yeah, and she'll be like,
Yeah, and she was like, I don't want in the car. And then we're like 10 minutes away. She'd be like, okay.
okay, what?
Literally like that. Okay. And then she'd be like a noddle. I'm like, don't give me that puppy dog face.
It's even like nighttime too. That's actually it's cute, and I'm glad she does listen. So at nighttime, like before bed, we have a specific routine: read a book, and we listen to this like either jazz music or like some churchy music, right?
Yeah.
And before that, she'll be like watching Peppa Pig, and I'm like, Rain, we gotta put Peppa Pig away because it's time for our bedtime routine. She's like, no, and I'm like, please put the phone down. And then she'll turn in, she presses the button, she goes, okay.
Fine. You took the goddamn
and
phone.
I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Like, oh my God, I was not about to fight you tonight.
Yeah.
No, but like, it's good that she's expressing it though. It's good because it's better to teach them at a young age than like no age at all.
Yeah. And I don't want to yell at her for those things like
Like
pass me the phone and
like we used to get yelled at for like dumbest things.
Why? And then honestly, like even now, there's some things that are I only realize now as an adult that is, I wouldn't say it's triggering, but like if I hear loud voices like yelling, my heart starts to race because I think from when I was like
fighting,
and I didn't realize till
it's the same.
like
I'm the same.
6 months ago. I was like, oh.
No, I'm the same because I literally I was at
that.
my friend's. I think someone's calling me. Stop calling me stupid numbers. I was at my friend's house and then it was downtown and then because apartments in downtown are really thin, so literally trauma because how I grew up, the neighbors were fighting and I could hear everything. I would literally get up. I'm like what's happening? I'm like, oh my God. And she's like passed out. And because I'm so used to like being aware of my surroundings.
Yes.
And then I was like, I can hear it. I was like, oh my God. So I'll be sitting there and then at one point their fight got really crazy. Like he was like, the guy was throwing shit and breaking things. And she was like, please, like, she started screaming. And I was like, do I call the cops? And I was like, but if I call the cops, I don't want to get in the middle of this. And I was like, I don't. What do I do? And then I like literally sat there for like 5 minutes trying to hear the conversation and just died. Then I was like,
is she
okay. Literally, I was like, is she alive? Like, is she good? And then I was like, okay. And I sat there for like 5-10 minutes, and I was like, okay, it's quiet now. And then I went to bed. It was like 3 a.m, and I was like, dude, like, fucking go to bed.
Yeah.
Just
why are you? Things like that. And I'm
so
like,
it would trigger the shit. I'm like, what does that sound? What are they fighting? Who's fighting? Yeah, it's the trauma. That's the life and that's the trauma. But yeah, growing up.
So I'm trying to change. Like, I don't want that. I mean, I can't do all the things, but I know I don't want her to be triggered by those.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, it's all about being a mother. And it's all about being a grown up. Also, she's going to have a podcast soon. So whenever she does that, we'll do another video together.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. But yeah, it was good talk. Good talk about growing up, but also being an adult. That's pretty much it. I don't think we have anything else to say.
No.
Besides the fact that use your words.
Yes, use your words. Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Don't lash out if you don't have to.
Yeah. If you got anger management problems, please don't do that.
Deal with it.
Don't do it. Okay? Thank you. Thank you guys for watching and listening. And when her podcast comes out, you will be the first to hear about it. So, that's all I got to say. See you next time. Bye, Anna. Say bye. Say bye.
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 Ooh.